Hello and good morning to my lovely Madam Chiu. My name is Nurfarisha binti Muhammad Puzi, ID number 202161 and 74. So today, me and my group members will present on principle of tourists of Batu Cave Selangor. So my group consists of me, myself, Fakiha, Raja and Aliana. We will start with the introduction. First, the background of attraction. Batu Cave is a well-known tourist destination in Selangor. Batu Cave, home to a Hindu temple and shrine, draws tens of thousands of devotees and tourists each year, especially during Hindu festival Thaipusam. Batu Cave, a limestone outcrop about north of Kuala Lumpur, features three main caves with temples and Hindu shrine. Its main feature is a big statue of a Hindu god and the interest. Next, the Ramayana cave also have paintings and scenes of Hindu god. The magnificent Sri Subramania Batu Cave temple is nestled in the heart of limestone cave. Second, the development of the attraction from beginnings to current. First, Rainbow Staircase, the 272 steps which were originally erected from wood in 1920 were later replaced with the concrete ones to better manage the tremendous foot traffic. Moreover, the Stepchurch Way has long been a famous shooting spot situated against the limestone rocks and rich greenery. The steps, however, were brightly repainted in 2018. Second, Temple Cave, Dark Cave, and Art Gallery Cave. Batu Cave Jet limestone hillside is home to three main caves. The largest and the most is the known as Temple Cave, which has a ceiling over 300 feet high. 11. The entrance below temple is known as Dark Cave. Third, Tugu Dewa Murugan. Lord Murugan's statue is a majestic, towering golden statue that stands directly at the complex entrance. Even though it was recently added in 2006, this is the world's tallest Hindu god statue, standing at 42.7 thousand meters. Besides that, 300 liters of gold paints, 250 tons of steel, and 1,500 cubic meters of concrete went into making the Murugan monument. Next, activity at the attraction. First, Hindu religious activities. The annual Hindu celebration of Thaipusam, which attracts thousands of worshippers and visitors, is held on Batu Cave. The procession commences at the Sri Mariamman Temple in KLCT Center on the evening before the Thaipusam festival. The complete celebrations then begins, and it is a colorful event that lasts for 8 hours. Next, rock climbing. Sport climbers will find around 170 both routed to be very challenging. Climbers at various skill levels can enjoy the roads, which range in difficulty from 5A to 8A+. Third, Cape Staircase. At the base of the Murugan Street sit a large plaza areas with long metal barriers leading to the entrance of the sites. Sedats are the attraction in the vicinity. First, Petronas Towers. The Petronas Twin Towers located in Kuala Lumpur's KLCCs are twin towers that stand 451.9 meters tall each. Next, Menara Kuala Lumpur KL or Kuala Lumpur Towers is the tallest telecommunications tower in the South Asia and the globe, standing within the Bukit Nanas Forest Reserve. The major attraction is the exhilarating 360 degrees view of the Kuala Lumpur skyline from the towers.
Hi, my name is Nur Fakihah binti Abdullah. My matrix number is 2021839218. So today, we are going to look what happened in Batu Cave during pandemic. It's a big change during Thaipusam in Batu Cave during pandemic. Why? Before COVID-19 spread in our country, Indian in our country and also tourists go to the Batu Cave to celebrate Thaipusam. Indian go to the Batu Cave to celebrate their Thaipusam. Meanwhile, tourists go to the Batu Cave to look how the Thaipusam going. But after COVID-19 spread in Malaysia, the number of Indian and tourists go to the Batu Cave decreased due to the scare of people at the virus.
Negative impact. Due to the COVID-19, that led to the global closure that began in March 2020. The total number of visitors decreased very sharply. Thus, tourism cannot visit Batu Cave Temple as usual. When there were no people around the temple, sellers could not conduct business activities. So, this will cause individual and national incomes to be severely affected. In the tourism business description that continue for the many months to come or beyond, causing unrest to the Malaysian economy, suitability. Okay. Positive impacts. The responsible parties provided financial assistance in the cash and difference payment of business sites, rental loans to trades during the pandemic. We can realize the trades strengths in the Batu Cave with this. As a result, the individual's economy can be influenced indirectly.
Hi, my name is nraliayana.f. My number matrix is 2021871328. I want to present the impact of environment at Batu Cave. The negative impact was happened during pandemic COVID-19 at Batu Cave is the number of tourists is decreased. During the COVID-19 pandemic that hit our country, the number of tourists at the Batu Cave has decreased dramatically. Due to the pandemic restrictions, Hindu devotees are not allowed to attend to the prayer or follow the procession for the first time in the history of this festival. This has led to operations at Batu Cave have been discontinued to reduce the spread of COVID-19 epidemic. Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin explained that the estimated total loss in the tourism sector from January to February 2020 was RM3.37 billion due to coronavirus transmission COVID-19. The positive impact was happened during pandemic COVID-19 at Batu Cave is maintaining geology and biodiversity. The effect of COVID-19 in Batu Cave also has a positive effect, such as being able to maintain the geology and biodiversity at Batu Cave. Scientists made the first ever Batu Cave checklist of respectively mosses and liverworts, butterflies, dragonflies, and damselflies, and nocturnal animals.
Now we look from the impact from social. Firstly, the impact from social is bad infrastructure. Why? Infrastructure may be unable to deal with the additional demand, resulting in overcrowding and poor cleanliness due to the region's significant traffic. Since Malaysian government allowed to open the industry operate in COVID-19, some our local people fail to respect the local custom at the Batu Cave and the moral value. For example, we can see a lot of rubbish anywhere in Batu Cave area due to tourist behavior. But the impact from social can also give a good side. The good side from social is increased rate tourist flow to domestic destination. Our government has declared to close all border for tourists and local tourists to go overseas because worried of the virus will be spread. So, we can travel in our country such as Batu Cave.
Hi, my name is Raja Nomasita binti Raja Mazlan. Now, I will present my part is the impact on culture at Batu Caves during pandemic. The positive impact on culture at Batu Caves during pandemic is the environment is preserved. This is because when tourists cannot travel in Batu Caves, the environment will be preserved as garbage does not exist in the Batu Caves area. It will also symbolize a clean environment and cultural values will be highly regarded in the Batu Caves area. Therefore, foreign and domestic tourists will look up to the area and culture in Batu Caves during the COVID-19 pandemic. Next, the positive impact on culture at Batu Cave during pandemic is Hindus will strengthen ties with the family. During Taipusam, Hindus will deepen their bonds with their families even more. This is because Hindus are also recommended to continue to pray in their homes and fulfill their commitments in the coming years. The government says standards operating procedures SOP may be impossible to implement in the presence of many Hindus and visitors who will swarm the temple during the festival celebrations. Therefore, with the rule that Hindus will celebrate Thaipusam at home only with the family. This will strengthen the relationship with each other and their culture will also be perceived and highly regarded by the outside community. Negative impact of culture at Batu Caves during pandemic. The negative impact is foreign tourists cannot learn the culture in the Batu Caves. This pandemic will cause foreign tourists not be unable to visit Batu Caves and unable to see the culture found in the area. Through tourists can interact and communicate with international guests. Residents of our country can connect and speak with foreign visitors who visit our country to learn about their country's political, social, and economies. They will be familiar with our country's distinct culture and habits. Malaysia, for example, wear baju kurung and baju Melayu. which is a traditional Malay attire. As a result, foreign tourists will be able to understand more about Malaysia, Malay culture, and the number of foreign tourists visit our country will be raised. It is unable that the tourist industry can contribute to greater global understanding, but when the COVID-19 pandemic hit Malaysia, foreign tourists could not visit Batu. Net for the negative impact on culture at Batu Caves during pandemic is Hindus cannot celebrate Thaipusam. Thus, Thaipusam cannot be celebrated on the large scale by Hindus. This is because standard operating procedures (SOP) may be impossible to implement in the presence of many Hindus and visitors who will swarm the temples during the festival celebrations. Negative impact of culture at Batu Caves during pandemic. The negative impact is foreign tourists cannot learn the culture in the Batu Caves. This pandemic will cause foreign tourists not be unable to visit Batu Caves and unable to see the culture found in the area. Through tourists can interact and communicate with international guests. Residents of our country can connect and speak with foreign visitors who visit our country to learn about their country's political, social, and economies. They will be familiar with our country's distinct culture and habits. Malaysia, for example, wear baju kurung and baju Melayu, which is a traditional Malay attire. As a result, foreign tourists will be able to understand more about Malaysia, Malay culture, and the number of foreign tourists visit our country will be raised. It is unable that the tourist industry can contribute to greater global understanding, but when the COVID-19 pandemic hit Malaysia, foreign tourists could not visit Batu. Net for the negative impact on culture at Batu Caves during pandemic is Hindus cannot celebrate Thaipusam. Thus, Thaipusam cannot be celebrated on the large scale by Hindus. This is because standard operating procedures (SOP) may be impossible to implement in the presence of many Hindus and visitors who will swarm the temples during the festival celebrations.
Traders must promote their sales to keep their industry afloat during COVID-19 through social media like Instagram, Facebook, and moreover. Next, they can make a promotion for tourism attractions such as selling souvenirs, kitchens, flowers, foods, and many more. Last but not least, traders can make a discount per purchase, for example, 30% buy one, free one. Therefore, the national economy can be improved as a result of individual income. That's all for me. Thank you. And we will continue to the next presenter.
My recommendation for environment is improved infrastructure. An alternative to increasing the numbers of tourists is to improve infrastructure at the Batu Cave. This is because they will be interested in visiting the Batu Cave to see the renewables that found at Batu Cave. The infrastructure project is indeed much needed to accelerate the country's economy recovery as the high multiplier effect covers a large supply chain. The benefits of improving infrastructure are improving efficiency, productivity, and reliability of services.
Now we're looking for the recommendation for social impact. The recommendation from social impact is firstly, the stakeholder can resign the experience in tour such as make a small group of tourists to make outdoor activity with physical distancing and strictly standard operation procedure SOP. Secondly, the stakeholder can redesigning or upgrade their cleaning procedure, such as sanitize the place for every 2 hours. Lastly is make a contact free to prevent the virus, such as the stakeholder can create the mobile apps for check-in, check-out, booking payment to enter for tourists in Batu Cave. So this can make tourists become confident to enter or to visit Batu Cave.
So, my recommendation is make a campaign. The government needs to campaign through mass media and electronic media. Through the implemented campaigns, the uniqueness and advantage of Batu Caves can be spread to the local community and forest tourists quickly. By leveraging on the sophistications of technology available today, the government can build a website that contains a variety of information about the specialties of Batu Caves in our country to be disseminated to the outside community. Thus, the implementations of the campaign is a pragmatic step to promote tourists so that the industry continues to thrive. That's all for me. Thank you.
In conclusion, we need to act in improving the tourism sector affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Various alternatives can be taken in terms of economic, environment, social and cultural aspects to improve the tourism sector by attracting tourists to come to Malaysia. Domestic tourism is providing a much needed boost to help sustain many tourism destinations and businesses and will continue to be a key driver of recovery in the short to medium term.